Hello and welcome back to the Wrestling Waffle with Luke and Memphis. Today is our WrestleMania Night 1 Saturday review. I was about to say predictions, but it's already happened, so we can't
Be a bit of a
really.
spoiler, wouldn't
Yeah, it's a bit of a spoiler.
it?
Yeah, we're just going to go through each match, our honest thoughts on them because it wasn't great. Uh, I'll go to you first. What was your thoughts on the overall show?
I thought it wasn't great, but I think it's better than people are saying because there's a high standard of the last couple WrestleManias being so good that I think because it was not as good as the last couple, I think they're a bit like, well, this is shit. But I didn't think it was as bad as being made out to be. But I'm not saying it was good at all. I'm just saying I think it's being a bit overshadowed by other ones, if you know what I mean.
I can see where you're coming from, but I think a lot of these matches could have happened on, your Raws and SmackDowns.
Oh yeah, for sure, for
It,
sure. It
I
did feel
just
like an episode of Monday Night Raw at points.
it did, and I think the crowd wasn't all there for it either.
No, no.
We're about to get into the first match, but I think what I'm about to say you can probably agree with, and that is obviously Jey Uso beating Gunther to become the new World Heavyweight Champion. I thought it sucked.
I did think it was great. Well, I messaged you about the finish straight away, didn't I? I was like,
The
that's just not
finish,
right.
absolutely horrible, absolutely horrible.
I don't hate the idea of Jay doing the submission to Gunther.
Yeah,
It's the fact that Gunther tapped.
he tapped out after what, 5 seconds?
Yeah, it wasn't. He wasn't even in it for a while. It was instant.
It was an instant. I was like, come on, like
And
what are
he's
they
like,
doing?
Gunther to me seems like someone who's too proud to tap. Like he'd
Yeah,
rather go to sleep than tap. And I think that could have made more sense. And it would have, I think it would have given the crowd a bit more of the moment, if you know what I mean.
yeah, because
Because
it
it
did.
happened so quickly, they all just went, "Oh, Jay's
Yeah,
won." Like what?
I don't think it. To me, from a crowd reaction, it didn't feel like that big moment for Jay. Like I
No.
reckon, because when he went up for that second Uso splash, the crowd started to get up on their feet, and it was like, okay,
Yeah.
he's about to do it, he's about to do it, and then he didn't, and
hmm
then he splashed him for a
I,
third time on his back, and then even
yeah.
I was in the PlayStation party as I told you, and then Tom goes, "Why is he not pinning him? Why is he not pinning?" That's literally the
Yeah.
first things he said, and he was bang on. What? Why not? And then he
And his
obviously put him
spear
in a
is crap
sleeper.
as
His
well.
spear is awful.
It's so crap.
His spear is awful.
So bad.
The
He
thing is,
needs.
I was loving it when he come out. I was yeeting all over the place and everything,
Oh
but
yeah, you sent me the video of you with your yeet finger, didn't you? And I was like, yeah. And me and my mates were all standing up yeeting. I had to explain to my one mate who he's watched a bit of wrestling. He's not like watches it every week or anything. He's like been in and out of it for the last year, but he didn't know what yeeting was. And I was like, okay, so have you really been watching it in and out for the last year?
you should know.
So
It's one of the main
yeah,
parts of the show.
but yeah,
But
but I
it's
just think
just,
the yeeting as well would have been so much better at night.
I do get what you
I think
mean.
it, I think it being light sort of took it away because you can't have that like. What was so good about it, like in Paris and stuff, was the flashlights on the phone,
Yeah,
and I think that made it so much better. And I think in the day sort of took it away a bit,
yeah,
but on the actual watching it on TV, it didn't look like the crowd were that into it, if you know what I mean.
I
But then
do
I
get where you're
saw
coming from.
I saw a video on Twitter earlier of I think it was Pat McAfee's Twitter or something like that, and someone was there filming it, and it looked like okay, this looks actually like quite sick. It just didn't look like it on TV.
Yeah, but getting back to the finish as well. I know we both didn't
Sorry, yeah,
like it, but no, it's not your fault at all. I saw a tweet about when Gunther and Dragunov faced off,
right,
and Dragunov won, and Gunther tapped out within the matter of seconds. And it's like,
yeah,
oh, Gunther doesn't, whatever. And I was like, Gunther and Dragunov went to an absolute war in that match.
yeah. You can't really
Gunther
say
and
the same.
Jay didn't.
Yeah,
I was like, what? Like, it was. I just don't know. I think, to be honest, I thought Gunther looked pretty frustrated as well.
yeah. I just
You could see it in his face. I don't think he wanted
yeah.
to be there, really.
Well, I think you can get why he's had a crap title reign, and it's not really his fault.
It's not his fault.
It's been shit character work.
He's been
It,
booked like
how,
rubbish.
yeah, like how are you scared of Damian Priest? I'm still angry about that.
When he beat him, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you beat him and then you're scared of him. How? I don't know.
I'd be honest. I'm gonna be really interested to see what they actually do with him now.
Yeah,
Because how do you come back from that? Obviously, when he lost the IC title to Sammy, that promo on the Raw, where it was like, "I am now the Hunter."
yeah.
Yeah, we get it, but what is there for him now?
Hmm.
I'm trying to figure out. Does he turn on Ludwig out of frustration? Something like I don't know.
That could be good.
It would be good,
You
but
could have that match at like Paris, couldn't you?
yeah, but
That could be good.
it could be good, but I think that'd be quite lazy. I mean, it works, but
Is
yeah,
there something to do with a either returning Ilya Dragunov, losing IC title Bron Breakker? Is there something that could be done there without the title? Or I don't know. I don't
uh,
think we'll see him for a while though, to be fair.
to be fair, you are right. We might not see Gunther for a while.
To be fair to the man, he has pretty much done like 2.5 years straight, hasn't he?
Yeah,
Since he's come to the main roster, he hasn't really stopped.
I think he's 51-4
That's
in
ridiculous.
yeah. I think he's that.
That
I
is
think that's his
ridiculous.
record. I saw it earlier, but I was like, ooh. Then I was trying to think of his four losses. I was like, huh? Like
Yeah,
Gunther,
that is.
obviously Jay now. Yeah, I can't remember who else he lost to be fair. I know he lost to Breaker in NXT,
Mhm.
and then obviously
God knows.
Dragunov, but
Yeah,
I can't remember if that was main roster matches or what. I could be entirely wrong, but yeah,
yeah,
I didn't think it
that's
was.
fair enough.
Yeah, we didn't think it was great, did we?
No, no, wasn't a
But
fan.
yeah, but we'll move on to another match that again wasn't great. New Day beating the War Raiders to win the World Tag Team titles. It was just a standard Raw
Yeah,
tag match, wasn't it?
yeah, it was just a Raw tag match.
There was a
You
couple
literally
of
could have
good
had this Raw
spots.
after Mania, and you'd been fine.
Yeah, there was a couple of good spots. Don't get me wrong, but there was there's a TLC tag match that's happening next Friday on SmackDown.
Yeah, on SmackDown.
Why couldn't that have been that card? I think needed that match.
Yeah, for
Something that
sure.
would have got the crowd going because everyone loves the ladder matches.
Yeah, and there isn't one this year at Mania, which it just feels wrong.
Yeah, it does. It really
It does
does.
feel wrong that there isn't a ladder match at WrestleMania.
I thought this match was on. I thought this match was on the card to have something happen in the match, like maybe a Big E return, or I even said it. I even said it in the party yesterday. I said, what if the Omos partners up with the New Day? That's how Omos comes
That would
back.
be cool. That would be cool.
I thought that. I was thinking, that there's a couple of things here that could warrant this match being on the card. So I'll let it play out. And the only reason why it was on the card is so the War Raiders could dress up as Clash of Clans
Exactly.
characters.
Exactly.
I was what?
And then lose.
And then lose.
Honest, yeah, wasn't a fan of how they did all that, but
Yeah,
is what it is, I guess.
that's another thing about it. The sponsors and the adverts was just I was like, come on. I
Hmm.
know it's WrestleMania, but give it a rest.
I thought we were getting the when that DJ fella rocked up. I thought this was going to be some cool moment with like an actual DJ, not something from Fatal Fury.
I know. I was like, what is even going on? I was so confused.
The
But
belt looked cool though. He had, to be fair.
I didn't actually see it. I think I was just coming back upstairs because I
You
went to
didn't
get
miss
some
anything
snacks. Yeah,
other
I
than the
didn't miss
belt.
a
Other
fat
than the
one.
belt, but yeah,
Yeah,
um,
it wasn't great,
the
was
tag
it?
match. Why did they run off?
I, that,
Why did they run off? They won the titles. It's not. Yes, they may have cheated, but it's not like
the thing is,
you
all
know.
he did was hold his leg down. I know that prevents him from powering out of it, but
Yeah,
come on, it ain't like he. Oh, and then they ran off. I was like, what?
yeah. I don't know.
There might be more to this feud, but who
It's not a
knows?
WrestleMania match, though, is it?
It's not. It's really
You
not.
matches at WrestleMania, I feel, are to end a feud, not continue one, if you know what I mean.
I think that's what this card is. I think the entire
Yeah,
card is to further feuds, and we'll obviously
yeah,
get onto it in the matches to come, especially the main event. But I think that was warranted.
yeah.
I think that serves its
No,
purpose.
I think, yeah, but like, why something like the TLC match? You could have five people. You've built it up for 8 bloody months. Five people, five teams. You've built it up for so long. Everyone's got so excited for it, and you're putting it on SmackDown when you're putting some crap match like we had last night with that tag match.
Yeah,
But I do like the New Day's new finisher.
it's all right.
I do like I think I don't hate that, but other than that,
Yeah,
yeah, wasn't great.
we'll we'll move on to Jade Cargill beating Naomi.
Now, this one, sleeper match. I thought this was quite good.
It was decent, wasn't it?
I did think this was quite good. I thought Naomi's entrance was cool. I didn't
Jade's
really understand Jade's.
was questionable. The weather.
Yeah,
I,
the
I
weather
understood the
report.
weather report. I
Yeah,
fully got it, but I was like, this is Jade Cargill. This is why is she having a weather report for her entrance?
yeah, but is what it is, I guess. But yeah, no, I did think it was a good match. I know we spoke about the power bomb, and it didn't look like a
Yes,
great landing, did it?
it didn't. It looked good though.
It yeah, no, it looked cool, but
The
like
landing did
yeah,
not look good,
no, but
but it
I mean,
wasn't
as
bad.
anything, no, no, I thought that makes sense. I thought that was good enough to be a Mania match.
Yeah, it absolutely did. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, I thought that was good enough. It made up. It sort of gave the card a bit of hope, I think, after the first two.
Yeah, I fully agree. I think up until that point, that was match of the night,
Yeah,
but obviously it wasn't very hard to top.
no, no, not at all. But I did think it was a good match. And Jade's finisher, I know it's quite simple, but I do quite like it. And the way she goes into the pin as well.
Yeah, yeah, I thought that was really good. But I still would have
And
had Naomi win.
yeah,
But that's
I
just
was
me.
hoping for a Bianca appearance. I think I said this in the predictions. I was
Yeah.
hoping for like Bianca to come out and maybe do something with
Nah,
to help Naomi win.
I
But
kind of get where you're coming from, but if her match was before, I could understand. But because it's after, I don't. I
yeah,
don't.
but
No.
like how I thought the way they could have done that is that she comes out, does this big heel turn, joins Naomi, then goes into this triple threat and just batters Io and Rhea. Like actually, it's just dominant.
Yeah.
Like I think that could have been so cool, but I still think she wins.
Yeah. Well, I
And
have
yeah,
EO
that's
winning that
yeah.
match, so we've got to wait for that.
Sorry.
Next, El Grande Americano beat Ray Phoenix after the headbutt with the steel plate in his mask.
I think they were put in a bit of a shit position with this one.
They were they did their best with what they could do. I do think it kind of tells us though that Chad was meant to beat Ray.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
think that's pretty much what it was. So
Yeah.
I'll still say I'm right on my prediction.
Fair enough.
Gives me
No, I
another
agree.
point. But yeah, Ray.
No,
To be
you
fair,
got that one wrong, didn't you?
no, I said no. No, I said Ray would win. Oh,
Yeah,
I did,
you
didn't
did.
I? Oh, damn it! I forgot I said that.
Yeah, no, you did. I went for him today because I was counting up what happened, and you said, yeah, you said Ray.
Oh, damn it! I thought I said Grande for some reason.
Well,
I
after
was
night one, it's we've both got two wrong each, so it's 5-5. Is that? Yeah,
yeah, something like yeah, 5-5.
because I had Roman and you had Ray, and then we both had Charlotte.
Yeah.
But yeah, meant. But that back, by the way, the backwards 450.
Oh, that was so. It was like a
That was
540. What? I don't even know
yeah,
what it was.
no idea. Did make me laugh with Pat McAfee on the replay trying to figure out. It's like that's 180, that's 360,
Yeah.
and then he couldn't figure out and then the next one after 360. He's like,
But yeah, I think they did well with what they could do with what they
yeah,
had.
for sure.
Uh, Another thing was Vikingo came to the
Yeah,
aid of Phoenix after the match.
yeah, very sick.
Yeah, I mean, Vikingo was going to be in WWE. It's not. We're not stupid. But the one thing I will say is a match that kept getting brought up after obviously the AAA stuff was the Kenny and Vikingo match from Dynamite a couple of years back,
Yeah.
and everyone, like all the WWE fans, that are just one-sided, absolutely hated that match because of what Vikingo was doing.
Hmm.
And all of a sudden, Vikingo's now going to be in WWE, and guess what? He's going to do the exact same thing, and everyone's going to love him. It makes no sense.
uh, I mean, I'm fully here for it. I'm
Yeah,
fully here for it. I think it's quite a cool little thing they've done here. Have you seen they announced another Worlds Collide as well?
yeah, they did. I don't know what they're going to do
That's
for that because AAA is absolutely rubbish. So,
well, isn't Alberto Del Rio a champion in it?
he's their
I
world
swear he's a champ.
champion. He's their
Yeah,
world champion.
we're gonna get. Oh, here we go. John Cena versus Alberto Del Rio at Backlash. Book it.
No, absolutely not, mate. If I see him on a WWE screen, I will not watch. There you go.
Before I make any more wild booking decisions, I think we should move
Yes, we should.
on.
But
Oh.
up well, up next was probably I said it for Jada now, but obviously one of the matches of the night. Jacob Fatu
Hmm.
beating LA Knight to become the United States champion.
Yeah, I liked it. I really did like it. I thought
I
it was quite
loved it.
good.
It was a great match,
Yeah,
and it
I
was it
thought.
was one time the one time on this card where I thought the wrestlers were wrestling like it was WrestleMania.
I feel. I'm not saying they. Nah, I was about to say that's because they understand what it is, but I think everyone understands that it's WrestleMania.
Everyone
But like
understands
they
it's
were.
Mania,
Yeah,
but the spots and what they were doing
yeah,
made it
yeah.
feel like they were doing it properly.
It felt like a big fight feel.
Yeah, whereas some of the other matches lacked it.
Yeah,
I thought the BFT from LA Knight was sick as well.
yeah, yeah. No, I was just about to say that. That was very, very cool. I
It
thought.
was.
I, I was like, how are they gonna like have any way of LA Knight winning without the interference? Because after a while, you're like, okay, no one's gonna come in here.
Yeah.
And then that happened. I was like, oh, that's it. I was adamant. That's it. That's the match done. Obviously, I was wrong, but
Yeah, because no one's ever kicked out of the BFT, so that finish is still protected.
is it?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, no, I
because
just
Roman didn't kick out of it.
yeah, no,
I'm
fair
pretty
enough.
sure he did it anyway. I'll have to go back and see it, but I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure he'd never kicked out of it. I think he rope braked or rolled out the ring.
hmm, yeah,
But I do like the fact that there was no interference in this match.
yeah.
I
It
thought it
was
made it
quite.
10 times better.
Yeah, it was quite. I don't think refreshing's the right word, but
I think it is,
if
you
you get
know.
what I mean.
It
Yeah.
absolutely is. Absolutely is the right word.
Hmm. I think it was nice to have a bloodline match where they weren't
Interfering. Yeah.
interfering. Yeah, you get what I mean.
Yeah. But I think LA Knight is now going to get pushed up the card. I've said if Cena wins the title, he'll be one of Cena's first challengers, which makes complete sense, in my
Not
opinion.
if, when Cena wins the title.
When I,
We've got
you,
to manifest this, okay?
I know,
We've got to.
I know. On
Come
my
on,
predictions, I
come
said
on.
Cody, but I think Cena's going to do it.
Believe. We
I think
believe.
we do.
We believe. We can hope.
But the next bit, or the next two bits, they're not actually matches. They're just stuff that happened. Shawn Michaels announced the attendance, and before he even announced the attendance, he showed the card up to the screen.
Yeah.
So I said it. I was like, I guarantee the attendance says 61,400 and something, and I was bang on. I was like, oh my god, how?
How did you know that?
Because he kept showing the cards.
Yeah, that. I mean, that seemed very low.
Um,
I honestly, I know, I understand that like American stadiums, there's bigger seats. They do more like hospitality and stuff, but it did seem quite low for how big that stadium was. Or is, sorry.
yeah, I know what you mean, but I saw on
Considering
WrestleTix.
like, go on.
Because they do like all the reports and stuff of like how many tickets were sold and everything.
Yeah.
Apparently, it was like 55,000 that like this. the
Right.
sold. Obviously, there might have been 61,000 people in the arena, but in the stadium, sorry, but I don't really know.
Yeah.
But
No,
I do get what you mean. I think because
it did seem.
I think
Go on.
because over the years they've inflated the number so much that
Mm.
feels low when it just isn't.
Yeah, no, that is huge. That is huge.
Yeah,
But I just think didn't feel like the right number. Speaking of people, by the way, in the state in there on the stage, since when was that happening?
I
And
know.
how much is
I
that going to
didn't.
cost?
I wonder how much they did cost, but I don't like it. I really didn't like it.
I
I mean,
didn't like.
you couldn't notice it. You didn't really notice it from the
No,
entrances, but
I
like,
didn't like them on the side,
yeah,
but on the top was all right. I think,
yeah, I get what you mean,
but
but
you got such a shit view of the ring.
I know,
That's the thing. I understand the entrances are a part of WrestleMania, and that what makes it somewhat so big. But
yeah,
you didn't actually get a good view of the actual thing you're paying for, if you know what I mean.
yeah, I get what you mean.
But fair play to them.
Yeah, but
Rich parents and what or what.
moving on to the next bit was the Hall of Fame class, and I'm gonna say one thing about this. For someone who
Okay.
doesn't like the spotlight, Triple H sure does love it.
Let him be. He did his thing.
Did
Let
you
him
see,
be.
did you see when he shook Bret Hart's hand afterwards?
Yeah,
And then Bret
I
was
did
like,
see.
just raised his eyebrows, like, "Yep, all right."
Yeah,
It
yeah, I
was
did see
quite
that.
funny. But do you know,
No.
Lex Luger wasn't there.
Oh yeah,
I didn't realize it till
I did.
afterwards.
Yeah, no, I
And
didn't notice that.
apparently, he went to a WrestleCon signing instead because it paid him more.
Fair enough.
I don't know how true that is, but if it is, a fair play.
Or he just loves the fans.
Oh yeah,
He's here for the fans.
it's either
But
or really.
yeah, fair enough. Nah, I did. That was cool though, seeing him stand up at the Hall of Fame
Yeah, it
and
was.
do a
It
speech
was.
like that.
Yeah,
I didn't actually clock until you've just said that he wasn't there. Oh, and how many people did Earthquake have?
I know. He had
Normally there's
quite a
like
few,
maybe
didn't he?
a couple. Four.
I didn't mind it though. I really didn't mind it.
Yeah. I would have liked maybe like a picture of him behind, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Because if someone didn't know, they'd be like, why are these four people
yeah. Not everyone
dead
knows
next
the
to
natural
this?
disasters. Yeah,
Yeah. So like it would have been nice to have like a picture of him there, I thought, but
yeah. I
I
get
don't
what
know.
you mean.
But no, I quite liked the Hall of Fame bit.
It is. I do. Well, I think China's going to get inducted next year. I think it's quite obvious
Yeah, especially
based
from
off
the
the Hall of Fame. Yeah,
yeah, Triple H's speech.
I think the
Well, not this.
speeches were very telling with who they cut to the cameras to afterwards as well. Like on
Oh, did you see
Undertaker's
uh
bit.
who was it they cut to? Oh, you didn't come in with a name or something, and they cut to Natalia. Ah, that got me. That
Oh.
got me. You didn't come in with your family name, and then the first person they cut to is Natalia, and you sort of see a side eye the camera, like, oh no.
No, but the one
So,
I liked was when Undertaker was. Oh, he was obviously talking about Michelle McCall, and then he said, and then he said, oh, what did he say? It was like,
is
oh,
this like guess what you said or something, or are you
yeah.
just actually
She
thinking?
was like, he was like, oh, what did he say? He was like, oh, yeah,
Sorry.
you didn't like, you like basically saying like they earned it, and then it cut to Liv Morgan, and I thought that was very telling.
Yeah, fair enough.
I did like that, but we'll move back onto the matches
Sorry.
because that was
Yeah,
Hall of Fame.
sorry.
Tiffany Stratton beating Charlotte Flair to retain the women's championship.
Right
Oh,
result, weird match
right
is
result,
literally
yeah.
all I can really think of for this.
Right result, weird match. I didn't
It
think,
felt like
yeah,
Charlotte was just
sandbagging her.
yeah, salty that she was losing. So
Yeah,
didn't let Tiffy get any sort of offense until the finish.
that's what I was saying to you. Like, it looked, she looked like Tiffany got no offense, and it was just all Charlotte.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Charlotte Hogan or what?
that's a Charlotte match, I guess.
I guess, yeah, to be fair.
I'm glad Tiffany's won though. I think she needed that win more than anything.
She looked battered though,
Yeah, she
didn't
did.
she? Like the
She
botch
cut her lip.
cut her lip, the head when she got that lump on her head.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah.
I was
I
really glad she retained. I do think
That was the
Charlotte
right
will
result.
probably, yeah, right result. I
Right
think
result for
Charlotte will
sure.
probably beat her anyway down the line. I think she'll still be the one that dethrones her, but
Yeah. No,
unfortunately, but it is what it is.
you can't deny though. Charlotte is all right in the ring.
Nah, she's all right. Don't get me wrong. I just think,
She's won too much.
yeah, she doesn't need to win a world title for the foreseeable future.
She's like Man United in like 2000s. It's like, all right, you're good and all, but let someone else have some fun.
Yeah,
So like, I get what people mean, but I just think she is so good that they're not exactly gonna not put one of their best wrestlers with the title, if you know what I mean.
I get what you mean, but at the same
But
time, there's
she's
more
already
you
had
can
it
do.
14 times. She doesn't need to have
Exactly.
it anymore.
And in 2 years' time, she would have overtook Cena. So when he gets his 17th, if he does get it.
When he gets his 17th tonight.
Okay. But
When? But manifestation, Luke. Come on.
yes. But we'll move on to the main event before we do run out of time. But Seth Rollins defeating Roman Reigns and CM Punk after Paul Heyman turned on not only Punk but Roman as well.
I thought this was class.
I loved it. It
The whole
saved
match,
saved the show.
exactly, exactly saved the show. Everything was good. Even like Roman when Punk and Rollins are in the crowd, and then Roman just comes out of nowhere and flies over the barricade, and
Yeah. I
then
thought
Roman's power bombs through the tables was ridiculous.
I loved how he didn't do the Shield power bomb with
Yeah,
Seth. I love how he just did it by himself. I thought it was so much
yeah.
better.
I was getting hyped because I was like, okay, Shield power bomb, it's cool. And then when he did it himself, I was like, okay, that's cooler.
Yeah, it made it better.
Yeah,
I think
it.
Seth.
He destroyed that table though on the Seth one.
I
Did you
know
see? He just
it looked like his
destroyed
tailbone
it.
hit the
Yeah,
the darker bit
yeah, it
of the
didn't look good.
table. It did not look
And like
great.
it all snapped as well, and like that you could see like the splintered wood underneath it all.
Yeah,
I was like, that looked class.
the bit that got me where I thought Roman was winning when he had I think he had Punk and then Seth in the guillotine. I was like, I think one of them's gonna fade out here. I
Yeah,
really
yeah.
did.
That bit's when what got me was when he was like jumping up and then clamping it down, if you know what I mean,
Yeah,
to an extent.
yeah.
I
I
was like,
thought,
okay,
yeah,
Roman's got this.
yeah. That's when I was like, yeah, Roman's won. But then obviously he
I
didn't.
thought he had it when was it when he powerbombed Seth, rolled him into the ring, then did the double rebound off the ropes and speared him.
I knew Seth was kicking out for some reason. I was like, nah, that's not the ending. Can't be. I
Yeah.
don't know what it
See,
was. I was
I
just
was getting so
confident.
annoyed at myself because obviously I knew the show ended at like 4-ish. I kept looking at the clock and I'm like, that's not the finish, is it? But it should be,
Yeah,
but it's not the finish.
yeah.
And then I was like, so tonight I'm going to sit away from my clock. I'm not going to have a look at the time at all. I'm just going to sit there and be like, okay, this could be the finish.
I remember looking at the time, and then it was like 20 minutes had passed. I was like, we're 20 minutes into this match, and it's not ended. We've got to be close.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think Seth winning was the right result.
I think everything was perfect. I think
Everything was perfect.
Seth winning, Paul joining Seth.
Yeah, I think
The,
it was expected, but I did kind of like the way they did it. I really did. I know it's divided opinion, but
yeah.
I really liked it. I think it's something new.
Well, I watched it back with my dad today, and my dad said, as Roman has the chair and he's about to hit Seth, and then he pushes Heyman behind him.
Yeah,
My dad was like, he's going to turn around and hit Heyman across the head. And I was like, he doesn't, but it's not a bad idea, to be
it's
fair. I
not.
was like, that could have been a cool way to do
The
it.
thing
But
is, even before Heyman low blowed Roman, you could tell that he was gonna turn on Roman.
you, I kept watch. If you watched Heyman, you could see him looking at the chair, and I was like, right, he's going to either like grab the chair and then hit Roman, or do something like stop the chair happening or something. And then I didn't expect a double low blow though, to be fair. But
Yeah,
you knew something was up.
yeah. But well, yeah. Obviously, that was Seth's favor,
There
and
you go.
as soon as he stood up, he knew what was going on. He knew what was
Exactly.
going on.
It was so cold that like just put the hand out without even turning
Yeah,
around. That
yeah.
was so sick.
I do see the things as well. People saying like, "Oh, Seth doesn't need Paul. Paul doesn't need Seth." Like, it makes no sense. But at the end of the day, like just let it play out. Like this could be brilliant, and I think it will be.
Yeah,
But one more thing, f- uh, it didn't even happen before the match. Happened, well, it happened before the match. The entrances, the Punk's entrance was one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my life.
that was so good. That was so good.
When this
Even
this fire burns, I really wish he came out to it. I really do, because it's so
it's like
much better than Cult of Personality.
I don't know. I don't
It
know.
is. It is.
I think it might be a better song, but I think as an entrance song,
Nah, it's
I think Cult of
Firebirds.
Personality is
It's
better
so
because the
much
whole
better.
crowd can sing it. I mean, this Fire Burns, the crowd can sing it, but it's a bit easier to do Cult of Personality.
But the crowd were singing this fire. Have you seen the video?
Yeah, yeah, I have seen the
It's
video. To
so
be fair,
sick.
hmm
I thought Roman's entrance was great. All the screens lowering
the
down.
screens coming down, that was cool, and you could see like all the bloodline on it.
Yeah,
That
I
was
thought that
cool.
was really good. Seth's entrance was incredible as well.
So good, so good,
But he has
so
done
good.
a
I
lot
thought
of rock references, and this is where we'll end it. Does Seth Rollins play a part in Cody and Cena tonight?
I don't think so, but I wouldn't be surprised if he does.
I don't know. I think he might. I think Seth and Heyman are gonna go with Rock and Cena. I really do. And create like
Mm,
Authority 2.0.
that would be cool. That would be cool.
But yeah,
I don't know. It's
we
a
are
tough one.
gonna we are gonna end it there. We hope night two is better than night one. It should be.
Like I said though, if you look back at it match by match, you've had Jade Naomi, Jacob, LA Knight, and the main event were all decent, solid matches.
Yeah.
I think because of recent standards of WrestleManias, it's been dropped down a bit.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was bad. I just think because of recent, yeah, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But yeah,
But
I
yeah,
think we'll end it there. Whatever happens in night two, we don't know yet, but that was our night one review. We hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one, which will be night two review.